All interviewers have to make judgments based on the information they have available to them. You decide whom to interview based on a resume, and you choose a candidate based on their responses to a limited set of questions. But that's not all you might base your decisions on. Interviewer bias happens when an interviewer makes an assumption about a job candidate based on readily observed criteria rather than objective qualifications. These biases can be based on a wide range of criteria, such as age, skin color, weight, gender, and social status. The common denominator is that none of these criteria has anything to do with the candidate's ability to perform the job. Interviewer bias is usually automatic and unintentional. Most people don't realize they're doing it. The bad news is that this means it's impossible to get rid of bias altogether. However, there are ways you can reduce its impact. Let's explore 5 of the most effective ways to reduce interviewer bias. The first is to avoid being the only interviewer. Consider including relevant team members or managers on your interview panel to increase the number and diversity of perspectives. They can help to keep your bias in check. Second is to conduct a structured interview, which means asking every candidate the same questions. Stick to the script. Developing a standard set of questions makes sure that you stay focused on job-related topics and evaluate all candidates from the same set of data. The third way to reduce bias is to consult the hiring criteria. Base your interview questions on the specific knowledge, skills, and qualifications that are required for the job. Avoid questions that relate to a potential source of bias, such as a person's hobbies or the school they attended. Review your hiring criteria and keep it visible as you evaluate candidates. This step also will help you with the next tip. Fourth is to critically evaluate your reasoning. Ask yourself why you are selecting one candidate over another. Are your reasons objective? Are they based on specific job qualifications? Think critically about whether a certain characteristic will really impact a candidate's job performance, or if it could be a reflection of your own assumptions and biases. Finally, consider employing de-identified hiring techniques. De-identified hiring involves removing demographic information about a candidate that may lead to interviewer bias. For example, you might ask a coworker to remove the names of schools or graduation dates from candidates' resumes. Or you might start with a phone screening interview or a capability test before moving on to a face-to-face meeting with a candidate to avoid bias based on their appearance. Reducing bias is a continuous process, not a one-time effort. Seek out opportunities to continue to learn more about how bias works and what unconscious biases you might bring to an interview. The more you and your team are aware of bias, the more you can work to identify and reduce it.